Hi everyone, it's V again, and we have a lot to talk about, so let's get started. Let's not waste time. Let's talk about what the news is not talking about. You know, the fake news. Okay, like the big bill that's going on right now, okay? Like the fact that they passed this big bill that's going to affect us and affect our children and grandchildren and great grandchildren and so on and so on. This 1.9 trillion bill that's going on, they're trying to get passed they're going to be paying for a long time. Okay, it's passed bill that's like I think it's what they put 1.6 billion to education. That's actually going to the union, which is paying. That's actually not even letting our kids go to school full time, which has been proven, by the way, for those that are not or have not really paid attention and dug into it. It's already been proven that the masks, that the COVID that they're using as the big thing to make everybody fear monger and stuff, which I'm not saying the COVID's not around, but they're using this to make everybody scared, doesn't affect the children like they say it does. So they're making our children wear masks, or they're going to put these shields up, and but they're not even putting the kids in school. So they're terrorizing and causing anxiety and stuff on our kids. We've got kids committing suicide, going back into drugs because they're not in school. They're not playing the school sports. They're not getting the socialism that they need and stuff. So they're harming our kids, but yet they've got 1.6 billion going to the unions, which over the summer we've learned, which the fake news did not report, is paid for teachers to go on vacation and talk bad about the parents, which they did on the conference call that was reported on the real news, but maybe not on the fake news. And then, of course, we have the next discussion, the Biden address that he talked about, which the fake news, they all said how wonderful it was because he said, he wants us. He wants the people. He needs the people. Yeah, he needs everybody to worry. He needs everybody to panic. He needs everybody to be scared because that's what's going to keep everybody dependent upon, which is what they want. They want everybody dependent on the government. That's what socialism is. That's what Marxism is. That is what they want you to do. They don't want us to get back into the world. They don't want everybody to open up like the states did, like Florida's done, and like 18 other states have, like Missouri, no more mask, like Alabama, I don't know, Ohio I think is, and Florida and South Dakota and all the states that are no more mask and they're opening up and they're letting people live again. That's what we need to do. We need to be alive. We need to let businesses open again. We need to let people live again. Let our kids get back in school. Let sports go. Let people live. That's what's going to make, hi Cat, that's what's going to make things happen. That's what we need to do. Let our businesses function again. Let us be alive again. Let us move again. Let us live again. Let us be people again. That's what's going to get this economy going. That's what's going to get our world going again. That's what's going to make things happen again. That's what's going to make things real again. That's what's going to be. Not us dependent on the government. That's what they want us to be. They want us to be. That's why they want to issue all these checks. That's what they want us to do. They want everybody dependent. That's what the bill passes. They passed it to make the people bill dependent on Medicare. Obamacare. They're making it to where they're opening up everything. That's why they've got the borders. They knew what they were doing when they opened up the borders. They made everybody do that, and they're letting people come in. They're telling you that they're holding people, but they're not. They're catching and releasing them. They're putting them on buses, and they're sending them all to New Jersey, to New York, to different states and stuff, because they want you to fear. But while they're doing that, they're keeping you in lockdown. They're telling you to stay in lockdown. They're telling you that you can't go out, that you can't. But yet they're letting these people come in and take over our United States. Now, I don't have anything about immigrants coming over, but that's a slap into the face to all the people that have come here and worked for years to try to do it the right way. That's a slap in the face to all the people that have tried very hard to do things the right way, followed the rules, and done things the right way. And it's a slap in the face to all the people that have been hurt, maybe raped, or had a family member murdered by somebody that we have deported, that maybe has has served a sentence and had maybe served so many years and then had been deported and told not you cannot come back in the United States because you've harmed somebody or done something bad to somebody in the United States, and you cannot come back in the United States because of that. And now he's welcoming them back in here and saying, come on, come on, come on back in. And they've done harm to people here. That's a slap in the face to some of our own American people, and I think that's wrong. I'm sorry. I don't agree with that. I think that everybody should be checked, and everybody's you should stop and make sure we know who's coming in. Just not say, come on, come on, come on. That's why the wall should have been built, and we should have kept things going the way they were. But he knew what he was doing when he did that. That they're so progressive. That's what they want to do. They want to overwhelm it, and that's why they want to change. This new bill is going to make the voting to where states don't have any rights. They can't do it. To where anybody, I can go with this new bill. I can go to any state I want. I can on the day that we're at election, I can drive to every state, make up a name, an address, and vote. I can pretty much do it. No ID, Don't have to prove who I am. I can prove I can be Sally Mae Jones, and I live on this. I'm going to drive and pick out an address, and no, I don't have to prove who I am. I'm just going to vote. I can pretend I'm you and go vote. That's what it's going to do. No voter ID. 16, 17-year-olds going to be able to vote. You don't realize, you guys got to pay attention. You need to really pay attention. And during Biden's address, he was sitting there saying how they didn't have anything set up. That's a lie. Everything in that address was a lie. It was already done. Trump had already had it all done. And I'm not trying to point fingers and say this and stuff, but everything was a lie. And he wanted to make it sound like, and all the fake news was like, oh, yep, he was so wonderful. He was so for the people. Yes, it was so wonderful. It was so good to hear something encouraging. All he did was took credit for everything that Trump had already done. There were already shots in January. We already had people. There was already stuff contracted. The Merck deal was already done with Johnson & Johnson. If you don't believe me, I think it's a GA 10 or something like that. It was already done. The facts are there. Look it up, people. The rover thing on Mars, that was already done. Space thing was already done, people. Look, research, do stuff, question things, get analytical, look up things. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, people, look things up. It doesn't take that much to look things up. And I'm fact check everything. Zuckerberg and Dorsey, they want to fact check things, then fact check things and stuff. That's what we need to do. And like Como, during the Kavanaugh thing, Kamala Harris, she was like all on that one. But look at this. She hasn't said one word, not one word. And stuff. And then now President Biden says, let's check out the facts. But let's even put that to the side. Okay, I agree with him. Let's check out the facts. We shouldn't jump on everybody. Every case needs to be proven. I agree with that from the legal standpoint. But the case has already been proven on the deaths in the nursing home. So he has no right to be holding that office. He needs out. Why aren't you saying something about that? Why aren't you doing something about that? And now, let's talk about the getting rid of Dr. Seuss and cartoons like Speedy Gonzales and Dumbo. My kids and my grandkids, I grew up on those things. What did we learn from those? What did the kids learn from them? You learn things like, and like Dr. Seuss and Green Eggs and Hams. You learned that if you taste new things, you might like them. Dumbo, you learned that not everybody's the same, but you treat them decent. Speedy Gonzales was just a funny little mouse. Nobody thought anything of it. We didn't do it like that. Kids' minds don't think like that. When they go to school and they have a new friend, they don't come home and tell me, I have a new friend that is this, this, and this. They say, I have a new friend. And I say, okay, what's her friend's name? And they say, Joe or Karen. or Linda or Tom. We don't discuss anything else because it's a friend. It's that simple. You people at the White House, you Democrats, I'm sorry, I hate to bring it up as that, but that's what it is. You socialist, you're trying to make a socialist. You are trying to make it more racist than it has to be. It doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that. The kids don't look at it that way. They don't look at it as race. They don't look at it as things like that. You guys are the ones making it that way. It's not that. To make those books that way are ridiculous. And if you want to start doing council culture and you want to start doing things like that and you want to start making things to where we have to go back in the past and start canceling things, then let's think back a few years ago. Didn't we have an issue where there was a certain talk show host that, maybe if I remember correctly, I have a cat over there meowing, that said something about a president's wife that was kind of off color? So maybe we should cancel that. Maybe that person or that show, because I think that show, maybe there's some other co-hosts on that certain show that maybe says a lot of off-color things once in a while. So maybe that show should be cancel culture. And there are certain actors, I'm sure, that over the years have said things that maybe are off culture, that we should be like maybe checking into things. I mean, if we're really, and I'm sure there's politicians that have said things that maybe are a little off color or off center things. I mean, we probably, all of us in our history have a few things that maybe we should have said or done that we shouldn't have said or done. So if we're going to go after cartoon characters and books, maybe we need to start looking at some of our own politicians and movie stars and actors and actresses too, huh? Maybe we need to start even looking at some of our own senators and House speakers, or maybe some of our own political leaders. Maybe some of them need counseled. Maybe some tech people. Maybe some news people that put pictures of themselves half dressed on the news, maybe. Or try to go after other news people. I don't know. But either way, it's all ignorant, if you ask me, to go after cartoons. If that's all you've got you can be offended by, then you have some serious problems. I'm sorry. There's much more things in the world to be concerned about. You need to be concerned about, like, the riots that are going on. If you put instead of surrounding the White House with half of our National Guard that devote their time and take it away from their families, and their family sacrifices their time and their from their loved ones too, and you've got them standing around the White House for something that's not ever going to happen and stuff, you could be using them to stop the riots that are going on in Kentucky, Portland. That should be your concern. Stop those riots, because you didn't stop them over the summer. So why don't you stop what's going on now and put them to use there, so that nobody else gets hurt or killed needlessly, and businesses don't get destroyed? Or stop, where they've taken those 4 blocks and just taken over and run that. Why don't you go do something about that? Why don't you guys use yourselves, put your heads to use and do something good for the America, for the American people, instead of for yourselves, and for the fake news, and for the big tech, and for China, and Republican representatives. I'm sorry, I can't just go off on the Democrats, but you guys were voted in office, and we put faith in you guys, and you guys know what you can do. You state representatives, you know that there's an article that you can do to take when the government gets out of control. You know what you can do. Every state governor, attorney general, senators, congressmen, you know what you can do. And you know that your American citizens will support you. I think it's Article 2, I think it's 5. It's time, I'm sorry. God forgive me. I'm a Christian. But our Christian rights are going to get taken too. And God's in control. And it's going to work out his way one way or another, whichever way it's going to go. But all I'm going to say is throw some balls and do what you were elected to do and represent the people and take back the control of the government for the people and quit letting them walk on you. Because if one of you will stand up, then maybe two of you can stand up. Because otherwise we need to get people in there that will do it. Because God said he's got your back. And you have to have faith. Faith is a mustard seed. And trust me, that faith, as small as a mustard seed, it's more powerful than you think. He can put a hedge of protection around you. And I know he's got me through cancer, helping me go through MS, and I'm still surviving and kicking it. When the devil said he was taking me down, Jesus said, no, she's got faith. And I'm telling you, you senators, you congressmen, stand with that faith. And fellow Americans, stand with that faith. And let's take our America back. Let's speak out. Let's push our congressmen, our senators. Let's push them to take America back. And let's stand with God. Because otherwise we're going to lose it. Because they're trying to take it away from us. They're going to take our guns. They're going to take away our liberties. They're going to take away Jesus from us. They're going to try. But we the people, the Constitution, and for everybody, listen to me please. Do not believe the fake media. ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC. They're all telling you lies. They're all bought. They're bought. They're the government's little shenanigans. The View, the TV shows like that, Hollywood, they're bought. They're all bought. They want you scared. They want you to believe in all this junk. You want the truth? Then you go and you watch Tucker Carlson, Life, Liberty, Lovin'. You watch people like Hannity. You watch I can't think of his name now. Snitch. See, I hate it when I do that. Snitchfield. I'm trying to think. Just any of them on Newsmax. Go to Newsmax. They cancel cultured the two beautiful ladies. Go and pull them up online. Watch their old shows. Diamond and Silk. They're amazing. Watch them. Even though they cancel culture them, watch their old stuff because they got the truth anyway. Watch them anyway. Just pull them back out. Just get their stuff and share them on the news feeds. Keep their stuff going. Just get stuff. Share them. When you get something you like that's the truth, share it on the news feed. Let's keep it going. Get their stuff out there. Just let's take America back. Let's keep going. Because we have to. But we got to get the facts. And don't believe and don't believe everything you hear. If you don't believe it, look it up. But don't Google. Don't just Google it. Go and check others. Don't Google, because Google's bought too. You've got to go to a library, look stuff up if you have to. Go find facts. Find facts. Look up Revolution with Steve Hilton. He finds things. I mean, I'm telling you, there are people out there doing investigative work that you would be surprised. Just look around. Find facts. Look it up yourself. Pull up that bill they're looking at and go through it and see what they're trying to do to you. Okay? I'm just saying. That's all I can say. I'm just keeping it real. I told you I'd always keep things real with you, and that's what I'm doing. Love me or hate me doesn't make a difference to me, because Jesus loves me. Like I've always said to y'all, you're only accountable to two people, God and yourself. You've got to be able to look yourself in the mirror. So, love y'all. Just saying. Till next time.